Right then, stream is live, so off we go, and from the depths, because we are going to be doing a, well, bit of a custom campaign beginning, and also, new interface, new patch, ooh, I believe this means that there is some threading improvements, so the game apparently runs a lot nicer, which is kind of cool. Also, I need to now navigate. Where the heck do I create? Load campaign, new campaign? No, that's actually a normal campaign. Content? Content! Cool. Right. Planet Workshop? No, it is. We'll currently need to browse my planets. So the Neat Let's Play is the one I was using. But I think now I'm actually going to create a new one based on Nita. So you can actually see the formation of this rather than just being some, nebulous creation I worked on. So I think some of it will still be done like that, but yeah, let's create planet. You need to identify has changed. Yes, it has changed because I edited on Nita, and the game does not like you to edit the main campaign, which is fine. So the first we are going to change this to another Nita. And then actually save that, not save over Let's Play. Back up. Let's save this as another Nita. There we go, we've created our custom scenario. Our custom campaign, it exists. So, right. First of all, you have all this absolutely massive information. A lot of this, though, do not need to touch whatsoever. Some of this I might actually decide to adjust. For example, the how space and that works. Because if things I find are flying too high or too low, you can utilise the space to, make things fall off or come down to the surface. Same with the terrain. I'm going to leave the terrain because this is Nita. And another part basically just constitutes the fact that going to be editing everything to quite a high degree. The thing is, we need to sort out the weather, because currently there are all these weathers, and honestly, because I'm going to be recording, I want everything on a single weather setting. Whereas currently, have a look here, all of these different ones, and everything is slightly different, so yeah, it's quite cool, I must say. But at the same time, it's just a real pain when you're trying to record because, yeah, the weather keeps changing. And when it goes full, you can't see anything. And it also allows me to change things like having the longer day-night cycle, like before, because night was very, very short. And the garrison will also need to change, unlocks all this sort of thing. But the main area we will actually be editing is the instance. Because this is where you have all the missions themselves, and then the campaign, which is going to be the quest for Nita. Yes. The quest for Nita, I might actually delete some of these others, just to basically save some space, because I don't need all this, and if I want to share this, which is my plan, it was my plan on the previous one, but that kind of fell by the wayside when I stopped playing the game. Still, campaign should only have one spawn point. Yeah, this is this week's very. There are quite a few errors here, which I should probably. Yeah, that's quite a lot of things which I'm going to need to fix. Importantly though, areas. This is where you adjust the weather. See, everything has its own slightly different weather. If it's important because if we go here, it's one type of weather. Can I actually move to a new area? Can't remember how you teleport across the map. Sure, the weather does change. Where is it? No, did have hard zone required. Yes, I can't remember where I put position stuff. No matter. Ah, there it is. The big, huge teleport button. Let's teleport over here. Is the weather actually going to change, or is the weather constant at the moment because I am in the editor? Weather might be constant because I'm in the editor. That's kind of irritating, actually. Unless there's a bug. There could be a bug. Yeah, because the weather doesn't seem to be changing at all. It should be all disgusting and hazy and messy around here. Oh no, it is changing. It's just taking its own sweet time to actually change the weather system. Yeah, it's kind of intense. Well, it looks kind of cool, but at the same time, can't really tell what's going on that well. Even this doesn't seem quite right. The sky should be red. I should go here. It's the, yeah, look. I should be in Scarlet Dawn. Yeah, everything should be a red hue. And no, you're not late. I've only started, what, 5 minutes ago? Not exactly much. I'm just trying to figure out why the weather isn't changing. Oh, it is. It's just changing really slowly. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's like things like the sky haven't changed colour, which is just bizarre. That should be a change in colour, but not that it matters because I'm just going to delete all of this weather. There's only going to be one single weather system in Mother Nita. Get rid of the rain, all that sort of thing. It does mean that visual detection systems are a little bit better because there won't be any of the actual, well, fog to affect them, but just going to keep it all with this. So now I can go into the areas, and these all got broken links, you see. So delete the weather system, add a new weather system. So probability 160. It's going to be perfect. 160. That. Okay. Delete all of these here. Not delete. Good job I managed to not delete that. Change the perfect 160 360. I keep forgetting about that sort of thing. 360. Lorham. Delete area, delete weather system. There we go. All this weather is now coming around a bit better. Yeah, still. There we go. This is all perfect weather. .60 to 360. What to do? .60 on that. And then the able straight as well. All perfect weather. Now we'll actually save that over on the Nita. And this should mean that the weather around here will change. It might take a few minutes because I can't remember how long the weather system was for. Let's just actually teleport myself over to somewhere new. Okay, that terrain loaded in a lot quicker, which was nice. And there we have much more standard looking weather. Fairly flat. I will probably have to just tweak and mess around with this a little bit. I just think it's just going to work a bit better for the actual campaign. But what did I do for the previous Let's Play? So, need to split. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Well, this is why you keep backups, folks. So when you do something really stupid like I just did, you can recover the problem. Right, back up. Right, and then replace all files. There we go. Okay. Now I should resume editing, and I should be able to load Let's Play rather than, you know, delete it. I want to see the weather system I had in place. Because I want to see it, I am going to write it down. Player construction, big scary, doesn't exist. Oh, it's because I moved it. Okay, acknowledge. The mold removed. So yeah, only a few issues still existing. You see, this is exactly the, well, apart from the one broken link there, this is the same system I had set up for Nita, but I actually adjusted this system a little bit. And I quite like this weather, so I'm just going to write this down. So we have it for future reference. Need to find a pen though. Come on. And these things like the ambient light intensity is probably quite important because that was completely blinding us in the last episode when we were on the ground. Probably because the ambient was set a little bit high. 0, 0, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5,000. 1, 2, 0, 0. 0.9, 0.1, 0.5. 1, 2, 2, 2.3. And I don't think I actually... Did I adjust these open? CPU Ocean. And opacity modifier is 0.9. Let's have a look at this. So it was 96949532. 212531 623281 and the Southern Shaft. 1. Let's say 9, 2, 2 and 1. I won't have touched that then, if the Southern Shaft is exactly the same like that. So load another eater. I also changed things to do with phases and the day and night cycle, but that's something which will be modified at a later date. So let's have a look. One, 2435 2.30000 253 45,000. Sun shaft is 1. Yet so far that's so much the same. These are all the same here. Wave frequency 222 2.3. Actually, all these are the same. I thought I did modify this. Or maybe I did modify it, but when one of the patches or something has reverted some of the almost like global presets or something. Yeah, because that is looking like it's exactly the same as what I had set up. But needs to let's play. But I thought I'd change things. No matter. The important part there now. Not unlocks, cursor phases, areas. Yeah. This is where I need to go through and edit every single chip. Because we want to have this exactly the same setup as previously, with everything having the same difficulty level, and adjusting some of these little features here so that, well, essentially we're able to fight them on a more regularly. But also, I want to change absolutely everything to have maximum concurrent instances of 1. This is so that everything will have a much wider chance to spawn. I do seem to remember previously, whenever doing all these campaigns, you seem to always face the same sorts of craft, which is just irritating. We're going through and all of these can actually edit them. And I have created a document which includes every single blueprint in the game. As just a name, so that we can edit them and have a list of how the old and new fleet powers can be achieved. I'm actually going to link that into the Twitch chat, so give me a moment while I just pull up the dashboard and ping that over. Where is the chat? There is the chat. Here we go. So I've just linked the Google Docs, and that is every single blueprint which is in the main folder. Because what I'm going to be doing is all of these is adjusting them to the ones found in that folder. So, oh, learn world to inspect. Cool. Because here it says built-in blueprint. I'm actually going to change every single one of these to a player folder blueprint. Oh, I might actually just change it to Nita Deep Water Guard Marauder, because currently I have it under another Nita. But if I change that to just Nita, rather than another Nita, I believe I can then just change it from built-in to player folder, and it will automatically create the link. So let's do exactly that. Annoyingly, I forgot to set up, well, I did actually try to set up the background, so then I'll be able to do everything. But now if I go player folder blueprint, it's still working, and it is now drawing from the one in the player folder rather than the built-in folder. That's important because I want to be adjusting many of these designs, essentially balancing some of them, because a lot of them don't seem to have been balanced with regards to the changes in the missiles, giving them absolutely insane alpha strike potential and then failing to be able to continue their fighting capability because they run out of ammo just far too quickly. And others, I think there's some changes with the shields and that, and others are actually just pure flat out broken and don't function properly. And so I want to be able to fix those. Then, of course, the simple cannons, because I'm sure that's causing problems, or seems to cause a lot of problems for my system at the very least. I'm going to be removing all of those as well. And then, with that in mind, can edit the fleet points after everything, as well as removing the scene before and after. Because, well, we want to be able to see everything, right? Absolutely everything we would like to be able to see. Now, one thing I don't know is when going to instance, and say going for the quest for Nita, and then having a look at the existing fleets. So there's 8 fleets. So it's fishing hole. Does this actually... It's out of play. Ah, good. So it does actually draw from the garrison. Not the garrison, the factions list. I thought the instance might have been separate, which would have really made this take a lot longer. This way I can just edit every single one of these to have, for say, the actual player folder rather than built in. And that will allow me to transfer it with the planet, allowing all the changes made to affect the total one there, which is kind of cool. Let's go back to the instance. So Storm Quest for Nita. And what I want to do is edit some of these resource zones. Because, quite frankly, a problem I had with the both the Let's Plays I've done based on community, that is the one on Ashes of the Empire, and Nita, is that you just don't have the resources, because it's balanced for a game, but a big problem is that the ships we're going to be utilising are not designed to work together in a fleet, there can be lots of deaths and things, and I ended up that I was spending so much time just trying to gather resources, either waiting on these resource nodes, or just pure out going for, well, capture, which was just kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest. And so, looking around at all of these, such a weird number. But yes, let's have just a slightly off number. So I will have all of these. I will go for all of these. Still, when capturing, because yes, they have reserve and growth. But the home one is going to be enormous. Material growth, so where is... Okay, yeah. Some of the stuff is hidden over to the side. It's a bit... This is one of the many, many janky features of the world editor. Material capacity 5,000. Let's put that up to say 50,000, and then set the growth per second of material. Let's put this up a full, you know, up to 10 times. In fact, that might not even be high enough. Actually, 100 materials per second. So yeah, that's going up very, very quickly, and it is unlimited reserve. And that means that, yes, this resource node can build craft remarkably quickly. And then... But because it's still far back, it will mean that I will still have to have logistics to get stuff from the base to the front line. I am not going to be utilising a pipeline system, because I prefer the actual requirements to have logistics. And where possible, I will be utilising the actual materials for the rest of the nodes for the fleets. But overall, it will be purely based on, well, the home one. So we can get that huge amount of materials, allowing us to afford the kind of crazy craft I am expecting to spawn in. I'm just going to call that Ericar times 20, so if you have that in play. The spawn... Right, I thought these were all done, but code not written yet. Oh, it does exist, okay. Code not written yet, no. So they do declare war. And then the outcomes, the fleet spawn, okay. I might actually add a few more of these events in, because it's kind of fun. Yeah, I do that. Hey, you said it, not me. I said crazy. Oh, yeah. I'm wondering if I should up the maximum amount of garrisons. Faction, all these things, it's spawning below level ground. These are all... As a main data, I don't actually what that means. The force and below ground. Yeah, some of the stuff is really quite weird. I don't know how to fix all these errors, but there was a lot of errors. Hmm. Maybe we should actually fix them. Resources. Victory condition is when everything is dead. There's a lot of resource zones in this game. These seem remarkably bad. Yeah, they have... Some have good reserves, admittedly. Not going to be a patch on the home one now, are they? Factions, instance, unlock. Here it is. Oh, the thing is where the garrisons actually spawn, isn't it? Ah, oh dear. Hmm. Okay, the garrison there, right. Can you remember to change the actual garrison size? Is it? What resource? Marker. Fleet. Nations. Land. It is, I think it's just land. Forces 3 faction. Ah! Oh, no. Oh, it's one of these. You have to do a tiny little bit at a time. I want to try and get this to 150. Yay! There we go. Just takes a million miles of time. Now, should I increase the strength of any of these actual things here? Because I could actually just increase the strength of everything, or I could just leave it as default. I could actually, I mean, increasing the maximum garrison strength. And looking around, some of these are pretty strong anyway. Yeah, 200 most of them are 200, 150. Actually, most are 200 garrison. There's a couple of large 250s around, but oops, oh, I just pressed something. What'd I do? Where'd I click? I clicked the button. Okay, so I'm gonna save before I make any more messes of this on the Nita. High-end ships in terms of the actual campaign, we did have some submissions in the blueprints. It's just the problem with the forces. Yeah, something didn't work. And yeah, we got to tier 3 was didn't have any tier 6. Had one tier 6, no tier 5, one tier 4. What do you mean enemy high tier ships? But I'm actually very happy with how this is going. One thing I am thinking about is just removing all of these. So I don't know how you delete it. Oh, delete this instance, there we go. Multiplayer maps, yeah. Oh! It's actually AI fight. It's actually... Oh yeah, the main forces, we didn't have much. The thing is, so much of the stuff is already, well, it's out of date really, because it's so many patches gone by. I'm going to be working on new designs across each tier, but we'll need some more submissions at some point. But huh. I didn't know there were these things called these multiplayer maps. I fight two teams. That's kind of awesome. I've never actually done any of these missions. I don't even know if they're any good, to be perfectly honest. That's the fortress. Ah, so it's actually obelisk thing. So that's what I was wondering what the obelisk was. I will. How do you know how much space do those instances take up? Worlds. They need to. Not too much. The mission files are only a few meg, so might as well leave them in. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to back them up. Sorry, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the main menu. I'm going to quickly head back to Nita and set up a quick fight because I need a drink. My throat's really sore currently, so I'm just going to set something going, and while we do that, so where is it? Fight. Under story missions? No. Load? No. Oh, that... Oh. Ashes, I want to go to Nita. Yeah, it says, you're currently on planet Another Nita. No, unless I manage to, overwrite Nita. Yay, I've overwritten Nita. I shouldn't be able to do that. Duck. Adventure create. Huh. Campaign, no. I was just trying to see how those scenario things worked. Was it? Does it actually have to be? Oh, AI fight. It actually has to be online. I don't want it to be online. Oh, odd. Okay. That's a pain. How do I... Okay, so if I want to create options, no. Not learn to play. I don't want it in the vanilla designer. I was trying to do a I want to see how to do the other designers. Oh, right click. Okay. Awkward. One thing I wanted to do was see how much the bloom was with the new world settings. And that isn't actually too bad. That's quite nice. Menu again. Right. Well, vehicles. I'm just going to set a couple. So I'm going to set a couple of things up, and then I'm going to go grab a drink. Of course, I had to pick something with small cannons, didn't I? But white flares. Go for a white flare fortress. Okay. I just want everything on top of itself. Oh well. Be back in a second. So let's go to our good old-fashioned Marauder. Because this thing, I want to remove the simple cannons. Fortunately, I don't know if we've got to bother replacing anything with this with the simple cannons because, well, although nice, it will be losing a fair bit of damage. You just don't really use them in the Marauder because it doesn't. It shoots things at a long, charges things directly and shoots them that way rather than doing anything fancy with its guns. Hey there, Bad Doc. Now I could keep the aesthetics on this thing and actually have them shoot, not shoot, but use mimics, or could just use just close it all up. If we go for decorations and mimic, we've got cannon. Ah, the cannon doesn't show up properly because of the way it's all working. Right. New submissions are open now if you want. Well, that looks pretty good. There's going to be plenty of confetti. I think that's all the simple cannons removed off this thing. Nice camera. Yep. There we go. That is the Marauder edited. So I can save the vehicle over Marauder because this is in the player folder. And so now, if I actually go to the the content in the actual edit the planet. So I'm still so it's still here, and now when I go to duplicate guard, locate the Marauder, and this is essentially what I'm going to be doing for absolutely every single craft. Honestly, wouldn't mind a little bit of help in this regard, hence why I provide that link. So you can save this in the player folder blueprint, which now links to that edited Marauder. So I can save over another Nita. Continue to close that up like so. And now when I go back to the menu, if I go to create, destroy all vehicles, delete everything. And now when I spawn the Marauder in, it should be the edited version without any simple cannons. Like so. Excellent. I have edited the Marauder. However, really, what we're going to do, I will edit a little bit in the Discord channel. I'll add a faction submissions thing and generally do a little bit of sorting around. I just wanted to actually check that the whole Another Nita campaign setting would work like this, and making sure that when I spawned in the craft, they spawned over with the correct versions, which they have done, so it's working, which is what I wanted to test in this stream. Because without it actually being working like that, there's a lot of things which I'd need to, well, go through and sort out. So, yeah. But it's working, so that is awesome. Go around sorting things out. Yep. Yep, I am. And as part of that, we're going to be editing, well, most, if not all, of the player designs. Well, not player designs. Most of the designs in the game, so that, one, get rid of all the simple small cannons and simple large cannons, because I'm sure there's a memory leak issue to do with those. There was previously, and I haven't seen any edit in the notes. It may have been fixed, but I don't want to risk it. And so that will all get fixed. Then also designs such as things like the flying squirrel, which are awesome, lovely designs, but at the same time, they have no balance with terms of the missiles, because, well, come on, I hate the flying squirrel, I'm trying to pick it up, so hang on, flying squirrel, load vehicle, there we go. It's got it's got loads and loads of missiles. Oh, it looks like it has actually been updated. It's just that it's, what, 16,000 now, which is just a truly ridiculous cost for such a little craft. And I don't think it has anywhere near enough ammo capacity to be able to cope with that, does it? How many barrels does it have? Ammo is 1,600. How much ammo? How many ammo makers does it have? One. Okay, disable the view of structural box. It's barely got any. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, one. No. How much ammo does it actually need to fire these things? So it needs ammo per second. No, it's only 10, so I think it can actually afford all these munitions. Interesting. Come on, squirrel. So I think a 16,000 cost squirrel is a little bit excessive. Oh, cool. That's a useful little feature. Thanks. It drops a load of little bomblets, and yeah, I think it's just certain designs like this. I do think just need that little bit of editing in order to more appropriate work. Because, well, okay, the missile, because these are not effective. They're nowhere near target. There's all sorts of things which could really do with working around and being balanced for the craft. And yeah, removing things like the simple cannons is really going to be important just to prevent lagginess. That is something I don't know. For something like the Marauder, I'm just deleting the simple cannons because the Marauder doesn't care about its simple cannons because it's essentially just a ramming craft with a big cram in the middle. I've barely ever seen it fire those simple cannons on it. However, for something like the Onyx Watch Age of Sail things, say like the Constellation, the Greenfield, I have no idea. Some of them probably going to have to just prevent the craft. I did that with the previous Nether Neater. There. What? I can't move. My camera's stuck. What? I seem to be stuck. Let me start. There you go. Anyway. Soil vehicles. Yeah, it's... Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to replace with. I'm kind of hoping that I won't just have to do exactly what I did in the first Nether Neater playthrough where I just deleted them all from the list, which was just a right pain because it's a shame to lose some of these ships because they look amazing. Because something like this has got all the cannons, so we definitely have the ships we can face off against in these factions with all the guns. So just replacing with these sorts of ones might be the best method, rather than just figuring out all the simple cannon things. So it's an odd one. Because at the same time, simple cannons are really strong. Not sure if I've seen... So if I actually open up... If I pull up one actual platform so we can do testing on them, they're kind of insane. Whoa! What the... Why is that black? I don't remember painting that. Oh, okay. Just a graphical glitch. Whatever. Yeah. I can tell. My concern was actually how laggy it was just now in that fight. It didn't seem particularly large battle, and things were not going well. But this thing, I need to get essentially 30,000 damage something or other. Go for an advanced cannon. Shell nose. Let's go for, say, a hollow point. Okay, 60 mil. That's kind of pitiful. Shell middle. Let's put a solid in there. On the hollow. Solid. Sabo. Solid, not Sabo. Hollow point. Yeah, so it's only a couple of thousand rather than 30,000. Oh, I just reset the wall of reflections because I messed it up. No, simple cannons, it's not going to be an easy task just to replace them out with other weapons. I don't mind swapping over some with the actual auto cannons, but yes, these large cannons seem to have a bit of a problem. And do drills work yet? Bet they don't, do they? So destroy all vehicles. So I've updated the Marauder. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So Marauder is done. So I'm going to go to my actual blueprint. So AD. And I can't remember what the fleet power is, but we're going to have to be dusting things. Alright, okay, so something in the notes about them not being totally terrible. Better than nothing, I guess. I forgot I actually have things like Land Marauder in this list, so I can delete all those, so we then only have the craft in Nita rather than everything else, because yeah, why bother with all that? Think about checking around, there's nothing. Yeah, again, it's got all these missiles and that, and they're kind of expensive. 9,000. These are meant to be cheap designs which you face off and are easy to kill. The fact that they're costing that amount of resources just is a bit silly. The Flying Squirrel, 15,000. They're obscene. Some probably say, it is like that, but come on. It's just a Falcon. Two of them as much as a Falconheim. It's ridiculous. The Bird, Dave Jones. crossbones. Yeah, there's a lot of designs to actually go through and edit. 142,000. Yeah. Well, I know this one's going to be expensive because this little gal has a ton of missiles. One turn, and you see they aren't even that good. I'd rather it have fewer missiles which are actually good than being total spam fests, because it's just silly in my opinion. Having 162 weapons like that. Yeah, they're good fun, but at the same time, I really don't feel this craft should be costing that ridiculous sum of money. So let's send against the Prowler. Yeah, you know, it's supposedly more... Yeah, they have smaller missiles, but they have too many. And I think they're just... The cost of these craft is kind of silly for how, you know, how easy they're meant to be to kill. So, I don't mind too much, because my plan with this custom campaign is to completely rush through Deepwater Guard and Onyx Watch as quickly as possible, so that we can start getting into the later factions as soon as possible, because, yeah, I'm going to be restarting the campaign, and I don't want to spend, well, another dozen or so episodes fighting the same couple of factions. I'll probably do, say, one episode on Deepwater Guard, an episode on Onyx Watch, and we're just going from there. Maybe a little bit longer, but nothing particularly, you know, too fancy. Yeah, large gantries, so... There could be a lot of... I definitely know how to cheese the game. Goodness, yeah. Just thinking about all these designs going to have to edit. Outline. Outline is fine, so I can just go in that and go, yep, that's all cool there. Update that on the actual list. Yeah, there will. I'll relink the list of actual the share stuff there. So Twitch TV. Managed to close down the thing there. So yeah, that's the Google Doc, which has got all of the blueprints in it, and essentially going to be going through, and as soon as, you know, one comes up, going to actually, you know, once it's saying balanced or updated, I've put it as balanced or updated, you can fill that in, and then also it's got the old FP and the new FP, because everything is going to be spawned in much like before. It's just going to have reduced costs here and there. Yeah, it's going to have reduced costs here and there, so that everything works all fine. Nice. Blocks work. And 6 PP? Yeah. Jeez. But as I've just noticed, there's a load in here. I thought I thought, oh, I'll only copy Nita, but it appears that Nita also included, Ashes of the Empire. So there's a load of tanks in there, so they can all be deleted. Because the tank lists, if I actually go to the actual Nita command, there's 676 blueprints. So, a fair few. If I jump over to Ashes of the Empire now. So, because of course a couple of these designs are copied over. Where is it? Yeah, see all these tanks and loads of these installations can be just removed. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 12. So yeah, it can probably remove maybe 100 designs from that list, reducing quite considerably the amount of things which are going to be edited. And if I work through this properly, you'll be able to balance some of them at a decent rate, I think. It saves on some of the time. I always wondered. Some pretty survival. Right, there's even things like test balloons. What even is this? Why do we even have a test balloon here? I can just get rid of this thing, delete it. There's a lot of excess things just sitting around in the folders, which I don't need anymore. Load back up the Nita. Go through the painstaking process of editing all the fleet powers. So things like the Ocelot can remove, Javelin can remove. The Javelin and Ocelot, they're story mode ships, so they can go. Hence why I'm going to remove all of these actual instances over here. So, Royal and Pirates, delete this instance. Operation Iron Maiden. I can delete this instance. The Inquisition can delete this instance. This protocol can delete this instance, like so. If I could tournament rules. There's a few things which can be removed. That's why I've got the Four Seasons test facility, get rid of it. I'll keep the benchmark around. And then going through deleting all the missions as well. honestly, fun and invigorating stream, this stuff, going through, deleting all the instances. But my hope is that by deleting these, it'll make the resultant file that little bit smaller, rather than the gigantic mess it is currently. Just make things just run that bit smoother, you know? Can I run adventure mode in this? That would be cool. Oh, no. There are plenty of reasons why people say that the actual campaign editor is really annoying to use. This is one of the few least awkward things about it. Good fun. Delete, delete. Yeah, you have to actually click on them as well. You can't just press enter or anything. It's... getting quicker. Maybe that's why I wanted to actually showcase a little bit on the how the custom campaigns get set up, because yeah, it is a pain to set up some of the custom campaigns. You know, you've got to do this ideally whenever you do set up a new one, or based on need or such, because yeah, you've got all this stuff to delete. Delete instance. Oh, it's being cleaned up now. There we go. It's all done. See? It's fine. It all works. It's just, yeah. Swapping enabled. No bribing. Part-time. See, if I get rid of the difficulty slider, that should mean that it only sets to 1 difficulty. What difficulty is that? I do not know. How much difficulty? I'll keep it at normal. Gather it from salvo traction, yeah. Those ones will keep. The others, no. Right, so let's actually save this before I accidentally delete it and go into despair. And Javelin Ocelot don't need to be used, so they can go. Delete Javelin, delete Ocelot. So again, go actually into the other parts. So Ocelot, delete, and Javelin, delete. I'm actually going in, deleting the blueprints from the folder now. You're going to have to take my word for it because I didn't get it all set up how I wanted. The chart was, well, the window was taking up the full screen. I want to get this started going before doing anything weird like messing around all the time with all that stuff. Where is that thing over there? Ocelot, gone. Javelin, gone. There we go. And now if I save this, it should not come up with any errors. Oh yeah. There's quite a few things which I can now delete from that document I linked, which is good. Yeah, the other thing is changing everything to have the same difficulty modifier, and everything to concurrent instances 1. So I think what it was elite. So godly is 1, then expert was 0.9, regular 0.8, 7 I think was for easy. So since it's an easy design, it goes put up to regular, and it goes to 70%. And there's only going to be a concurrent of 1, and then campaign hours 1,000 hours. Well, if I get to 1,000 hours in this campaign, that's going to be a problem. So we can see them. So this now means that they are cheaper, so they can spawn more readily. They are now regular because everything's going to be regular. They're going to be seen. They can be seen straight away, and for the entire duration of the game. But there will only ever be 1 spawned in per fleet. Everything is going to be like this, so we have a nice range of different craft per thing. Then everything else should be the same. Some of this I may tweak a little bit on some of the designs, but there we go. That is the Marauder fully updated. And now I need to go through and do that on absolutely every single craft. Some of them I will be editing which actual lord or spawn they come with, just again to allow a more varied fleet composition. Because otherwise you end up facing the same things over and over again, despite these not meaning that should even be possible. It happens, which is bizarre. Then say something like this. So that is again 70% of that. Seen after Nordhauer, seen before 1001. So it's going to be doing that on every single design. But before we need to do that, we need to go through everything. Yeah, I know for the fleets of red tuna is good fun, but what I can do though is actually change the fleets so you can actually generate new fleets, which is another option for us. So you see there's actual just generic fleets, which are, how strong the fleets can spawn in. Then there's the special fleets, which actually have certain craft and then can, head them in. So that's quite cool. So release the Krakens. It says Krakens and it says only 1, but I think we should have more than 1 in the Kraken fleet. Yeah, we can certainly make meme fleets. And that is something we need to do as well, as make all these regular. So let's just add another one in. This is a combat fleet. It's going to be regular, because everything is regular. Adventure mode factor, it's going to be fairly low spawn. But it's going to be the same strength as the swamp rats, so that's what I'm setting it at. Admittedly, you don't need to worry too much about the adventure because, well, it's not. Spawn chance is going to be as 0.1. And then the first scene, it can be seen straight away. Looks like this one can now be seen straight away as well. Blockade distance factor. And then let's have row. Let's have them spacing in a row. Then add force. And then you have to actually select the correct thing. So let's go for red tuna. Locating it from the list. This one can, keep forgetting you can't type in this window. Go down, find red tuna. Red tuna. Oh, tuna. There we go. So it's a fairly low chance to spawn. It's going to be... It will take the place of the swamp rats, which are another regular, and this is going to be... There you go. So here we go. We have... So we have the swamp rats force here, and then the red tuna force. So this is now 4 red tuna, and you use as many forces as you wish. That's done, because now if I actually go to save over the Nita. Good. Close the editor. Return back to the main menu, and if we now open this up in the create, destroy all vehicles, I can now go to fleet, see, red tuna steaks, and there we have it. 4 red tuna, all ramming into each other because, yep, that's how it all works. I think red tuna is stupidly expensive now. How much should do red tuna cost? Because they've got missile launchers. Looks like they've been given a stupid number of missile launchers, so they are 25. They cost 25,000. Yeah, this is what I mean. Is that the balancing? Yes, they've been balanced and given more sensible weapons rather than the mediums, which basically everything else has. But this This is not a 25,000 design. Is it? Yeah, that's what it's because the missiles, and they've got tons of missile racks. So this is why I want to balance. Why I really want another Nita to do a load of balancing, because yeah, this is not a design which should cost that amount of money. In fact, let's see what I can actually kill this fleet with. So this is a 100k force, right? Because I've not even got my things set up. Let's go to old, work in progress. No, actually, let's go full on Arethusa on this slot. Well, the Arethusa should be able to take this on. Oh wait, no, it's Oh, this PID. This PID is working. Cool, this PID is working. Okay, so here come the missiles. Okay, so my LAM system isn't actually working particularly well. Oh no, there it goes. Yeah, it's just the AC. I think the ACBs are actually blocking each other at the moment. Yeah, a little bit of an issue with this. It's not been configured yet, so it's doing more damage to itself, but it's technically already killed more than its own cost. So technically it's working. Yeah, this design shouldn't be surviving against a 100k. If it should set it off against, a proper 100k. I don't think I even have one, but load vehicle, West Finita friendlies. Okay, well we've got the SMABs here. Let's put this on dual guard. This is 90k. Oh, this is a direct feed madness. I forgot what this was. Who's gonna win then with this thing? Oops, I may have accidentally made it shoot itself. Oh wait, it's not got a detection on it. Or has it? Can't remember. Doesn't like detect. Oh, the detection. Yeah, I broke the detection on that. Sorry. Sorry, Jar done. So that still work. What the? What? What's going on? I think it's broken. I think that exploit got fixed. Yeah, the dusk was a warp thing. It was actually fast enough it could avoid lasers. It was that fast. Lasers couldn't hit it. But no, I think I actually done pretty much for this stream, because the main thing was to make sure that the new instance worked, which it does. Go through and actually sort this out, so got to go through and now sort all the factions out, because I can do that. And the great thing is, I can just change from, you know, built-in blueprint to player folder blueprint, and it will automatically update to the designs in the correct location without having to worry anything else. Which is awesome. You can go play in and just go player built-in, player folder. Let's just go through and do this all of every single design. And then probably call it there, because, well, you know, that's what can be done. Oh, actually, no, I won't do that. I'll utilize the built-in functionality, keeping it built-in until the design has been updated in the game. Because although I have that document, I need a way in the game to remind myself what actually needs to be done, because I have a tendency to forget these things. I'll leave them all as the built-in, and then the Marauder can sit there being the only one which has been currently edited, and by saying player input is so that I've updated the fleet points and all of that joyous stuff there. But yeah, that's going to be it for the moment, I think. I'll think of some other things with a bit more actual bite to them. Maybe it should design some new craft in the next stream, but this one was predominantly on setting up that custom campaign. Thanks for all turning up, and I will see you some other point, hopefully in the very near future. But until then, bye.